Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I hope you are well. I hope you're enjoying your season. Season's greetings to you and your family. Big up from your boy Marken. And good morning to everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. I had to do some cleaning and I could not get out of that. Big up to everyone. Big up to you, Elite Baller. Hope you're well, my bro. What's good? What's good? Big up to Jim Watkins, Greeks United in the building, watching some on-demand TV, relaxing and chilling. Big up to you, broski. Big up to Ricardo Pereira in the building. Big up to Mark Davies. Yeah, he says, get rid of Radcliffe Ineos. I don't want them at our club. I think Mark Davies is not in a good mood this morning. Big up to you. Hope you're well. What's the latest transfer news, says Mark? Well, let's get into it, guys. I hope you're well. Big up to Stephanie Griffith. I hope you're well. Big up to Ricardo Pereira in the building. Big up to... I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Big up to Rick Harper. Big up to you guys. Hope you're well. What's good? What's good? Let's get into the news because there's lots of news. Of course, we already talked about it yesterday. You already know United already in for a bid with Nuno Gomez. There's some reports that it might have already been accepted as well. But there's a lot of other news coming in, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about some outgoings, some interesting situations, some discussions that they have been having, and possibilities that might be happening. And I think a lot of you might be enjoying the next bit of content that's going to be coming your way. Big up to you, Dark Crow. Even the Mark G never goes late more than 2. Bro, I was doing the cleaning, bro. I could... Bro. Big up to you, bro. So let's get into the story, guys. It's an interesting one, of course. And Luke Shaw, guys, what can I say? We know the guy has been injured. He has not been featuring much. He has not been having a regular fixture. We know he's talented, but he's been here for almost 11 seasons now. And Manchester United had not have a specialist left back in the last 2 years available consistently for the club. And it's a problem that has been striking us for a long time, and we need to get this sorted out. And while Terrell Malacia might be on his way back, guys, it's not guaranteed that he's going to be the best. And while some of us would hope to see that he could get to that level, we don't really have the time to wait on that right now. We need to get results as well. We need to improve. And having a left back that is ready now will also help the development of the system under Ruben Amorim. And currently, with Shaw's injury records, it means he kind of doesn't have a future anymore at Man United. And of course, surprisingly, Napoli are claiming that Antonio Conte wants the United left back to join Napoli in January despite his injury history. What sort of Christmas present is this, guys? I'm definitely happy. Big up to you. Big up to you, my bro. Big up to Rick Harper in the building. Big up to you as well. Big up to Chris Hogan. Bro, you can't miss it, bro. You can't miss it. It's that time. It's that time. Big up to Kenny Fan in the building. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? I think this is very big information. Of course, there's a lot of reports and a lot of different news that's going to be coming in the Man United fan base right now. We're 72 hours away from the transfer window opening. It's going to get thick and it's going to get fast. But I would like to highlight to everyone, just remember, there's a lot of signings that may not be possible based on the price in the January. We have the FFP problems. But of course, if we get some sales going like a Luke Shaw, possibly, let's say I would estimate somewhere in the region of a 20 million deal, maybe just about somewhere the same regions of a Scott McTominay price. It's not going to hurt me. I think it will be valid because of his injury problems again. And the clubs in Italy, they don't usually spend big. You know what I mean? They sell big, but they don't usually spend big at all. And Napoli is not Juventus. So that's another thing where I would be saying it might not be one of those things. It does sound too good to be true. You know what I mean? It's about time Shaw goes as well. And Elite is saying he'd take 7 mil. Bro, we have the same sentiments. I would take whatever I get, snatch their hands off. I would even drive him there. I would fly from Germany just to drive him there. 100%. You know what I mean? Bring in some... Yeah, exactly. I think this is something that he has been looking at in the past few weeks. He has stepped up his investigations and his scouting on games in the academy. There's lots of reports that Dan Jr. could be seeing himself in the first team come January. Let's keep it like that. because there's a lot of young talent coming in. We know the young left back, Diego Leone, has arrived. He will be, you know, meeting the crew, signing his documents, having all these interactions, and then he probably might go back to Paraguay to finish off the season. But for now, there are some conflicting reports that state that the youngster might be plying his craft with the academy graduates for the rest of their season. So let's see how that goes, and let's see what the 20-time English champions decide to do as we keep it moving, because there's some interesting sports coming in about another player that a lot of us like. Some of us may not have wanted him at Man United. Some of us don't rate him, but there are some reports coming out, a lot of reports. And of course, Atalanta being a very key report, I would say to guys, because of another player that we might be linked to ourselves in Manchester United. This player, Atalanta coming in for him, makes it very interesting, guys. Now, they're eyeing a loan deal with an obligation to buy in the summer. Would it be something that Man United consider? I can't say no, guys. I can't say yes, because currently we've seen that he's been, you know, showing some good performances. You know, he might not have been scoring consistent goals, but he's getting chances more. He's looking a little bit more lively than the first couple of weeks of the season. And like I keep saying, Ruben Amorim has only been here for a month and a week. It's not that much difference in what they have been learning and how much trainings they've been having. It's literally been a month, guys. You know what I mean? But it is a concern that the squad looks ill-equipped to deal with the demands of the Portuguese coach. And it's one of those things where, you know, we might need to chop and change some players. Some players may need to be sacrificed to facilitate, you know, the proper profile coming in, whether it's a big name or it's not a big name, unknown, but someone who can play the position in the way the manager wants. Now, Zirkzee has had his struggles, guys, but, you know, there are lots of reports that Atalanta are joining the race to sign Joshua Zirkzee, but it will depend on Gasparini's approval and the opportunities in the market can offer. But in Bergamo, several names are starting to circulate, including that of Joshua Zirkzee, and he hasn't started off on the right foot. So everyone is thinking that he might be interested on a move back. Of course, you know, he had a good time in Italy playing for Bologna. So let's see how it goes. You know what I mean? We are skint. So Napoli will give us peanuts for him. That's the thing. That's the thing. But peanuts, I would take 20. I would take 20 mil, bro. 20 mil euros, I would take that. You know why? It's better than nothing. And guess what? That 20 million euros facilitates us purchasing a left back at 20, 30 million euros. So it works out. You know, we come out pocket maybe 5, 10 million pounds, and you upgrade Luke Shaw to someone like, you know, maybe Miguel Gutierrez or Nuno Mendes, I mean. So it's going to be interesting. So it might be a lot of cash, but it might facilitate a move for a player that we need right now, that's going to be ready right now. So it's one of those things where, yeah, bro, I'm taking it. I'm being honest, guys. I'll take a beer and a bag of crisps and a prawn for sure. I mean, injury prone, sure. Hopefully they think about him like Roberto Carlos, bro, because we need to get a little bit in the bank for this guy to make everything happen. Because everyone, there's lots of interesting news coming out with Manchester United right now. Let's talk about a possible coming in, because this one is really interesting for me. And like Ricardo was saying yesterday, the courts, United can now sign this player on a major bargain deal. A dream partner for Fernandes, in my opinion, as well. You know, I think he's someone who could also play while Fernandes could get some rest. Or he could come in and play next to him in that second 10. And this guy, Danny Olmo, you see what he did in the Euros. We covered it here live on the channel, guys. He's on a free right now. Free. So if we could move Eriksen on, whether we get 5 million or not, we move the wages, which is really like 7-point-something million pounds a year. We could offer that to Danny Olmo. We could even give him 10. I wouldn't mind. He's on a free. There's no overhead. What are your thoughts on Danny Olmo, guys? Because for me, you know, I think this is very interesting. This could be a very creative, astute deal. If we can get this guy on a free early, like get this deal done now, so that the moment the market over, Danny Olmo's in Manchester, doing his medical. This is what we want to see. And Man United already made a bid for Nuno Mendes, so we're seeing that they're trying to move quickly. Could we get this guy? What are you guys saying about this? Taxi for Luke Shaw, of course. You know what I mean? I said it a million times. There's 3 or 4 young guys would be good as some of the young players now. You definitely did, Chris. Our guys have to be thick. They can't get the system correct. Well, we've seen they've been thick for a couple of years. Some of these guys, some of them are just not suited, my bro. And some of them, they are not the finished article. Like Højlund, Garnacho, Ahmad, each of them are showing different levels. Ahmad right now is showing some consistent levels of performance, but they are all at different stages in their development. So we still have to give them a little bit of slack for that, for whatever mistakes they do make going on. You know what I mean? Just my opinion. Big question, can we do 3 or 4 signings in Jan, sell 3 or 4 players? If we are going to improve, Ineos need to earn the trust of the fans. Well, that's certainly an interesting statement, my bro. I'm not too sure about 4, but if we can get Danny Olmo free, it looks like we might be getting Nuno Mendes. Yeah, I don't think 2 or 3 might be far-fetched, guys. You know what I mean? And delving into more of the details, Danny Olmo was signed by Barcelona for £51 million from RB Leipzig last summer. But the La Liga Giants only managed to register him with La Liga until December 31st. La Liga have refused to extend his registration until Blaugrana recover more funds to settle some of their debts. The Catalan outfit are now in a precarious situation. The Commercial Court of 10 of Barcelona have ruled today that they won't be allowed to re-register Danny Olmo. The club will have another hearing on the 30th of December. If things don't go their way, Olmo will depart as a free agent at the beginning of the next year, January 1st. In our view, United should be grabbing this opportunity to sign him on a free. And he would definitely be a game changer, guys. So you're hearing it right there. The courts have said, no, give Olmo to Man United. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it in, guys. Let's get it in. Let's see what we can do, because I definitely think it would be an interesting signing. No one escapes going, bro. Remember, everyone has their different opinions on different players, bro. Everyone is allowed to. Not everyone has the same opinions on versatile players or different types of profiles in the 9. You know what I mean, Embo? Big up, bro. Now, I heard some guy Sanchez was coming. Sanchez. I don't know. But I don't think so, bro. But let's move on to some other reports, because his agent is in Manchester, so let's leave it at that. There's an interesting report coming in right now that's making the rounds all across Germany, and that of Italian giants joining the race for Ilan Messler amid Arsenal and Manchester United links. And we're talking about the goalkeeper for Leeds, guys. He has been being scouted by Jason Wilcox for the last 6 months, and it's been something of interest to Man United, because I think they're not too confident in Andre Onana. Now, we can say what we will. At the end of the day, there are lots of conflicting reports on why we signed Andre Onana, but I would say certainly because we didn't have the funds to get Diogo Costa. At the time, we know our number 1 priority was Diogo Costa, just like it was Harry Kane. And we didn't get that. We ended up getting Onana and Rasmus Højlund. Now, Rasmus Højlund is something for the future, but he was no experienced Harry Kane. He's not the finished article. So we move again, guys. And the latest coming in from Team Talk is that Daniel Fox, go-to goalkeeper since arrival at the club, featuring in almost every championship fixture over the last 2 seasons. He should continue to do so for the whole season as the new vice-captain of the club as well. Now in his 6th season with the Whites, there are no more excuses for the Frenchman, and some errors have been costly this season. Making a sale especially would, considering now that he's into his final 18 months of his contract at Ellen Road. The French side have identified the 24-year-old as well as an interesting signing, and they have recently placed a bid. But the likes of Arsenal and Manchester United are also very interested in this player and are willing to come in, as Fiorentina are circling. Ruben Amorim is happy with his goalkeepers as they are. Altay Bayern and Andre Onana currently being utilized by the latest head coach. However, the same report states that there are new team mix alongside Rennes, with ACF Fiorentina now against the Frenchman. And this has now put Man United on the alert because they were thinking about having the player come join the ranks as another rotational option and possibly compete for the top spot because there might be some changes coming. So let's see how it goes. This is a recent report coming in right now. I just wanted to bring that to you guys because for like me, I'm not too convinced by Andre Onana, guys, and I'm not too sure if we should be moving forward with him at the top. Exactly. But, you know, big up. If Sheik Jackson, yeah, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm enjoying the morning. How are you guys enjoying your day? I'm actually really enjoying some of the players that we are being linked to because there are a lot of possibilities in the transfer window right now. But there's a group of players that are very much fitting the bill for the Man United possibility in the sense that their prices are not that steep. The deals that can be done, they have interest in one of our players as well. And at Napoli, like, you know, I might not want Victor Osimhen, but if they want Luke Shaw and 40 million, who says no? Or 30 million, I wouldn't say no to that even. Because for me, yeah, I mean, it makes us better, to be fair. I mean, if he flops his 40 million, we can make it back. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. The Glazers gave us first death. Ineos gave us second death, but Ineos came back between us and Qatar. We will all witness, bro. Even I'm not talking about that, and I never wanted to see Ineos here. Our playmakers are greedy, must have goal bonuses instead of championship bonuses. Sometimes I think that as well. Hoyland has been very frustrated with Ahmad lately, I've noticed, as he often ignores him. Yeah, there's some situations where I feel like this is not a bad thing, guys. It's definitely not a bad thing. Next up on the horizon is a Barcelona player, guys, that Manchester United might be also interested in. The Inigo Martinez arrived at Barcelona in the summer of 2023 on a free. While he wasn't at his best in his first season, he has been a force to be reckoned with on the ongoing campaign amid injuries. Hansi Flick turned towards him and hasn't looked back since. He has been a treat to watch and has earned a reputation within the group. He's featured in 24 games so far, netting 2 goals and provided 2 assists as well. His average is 0.8 tackles, 0.7 interceptions, and 3.4 clearances per game. And according to, Opta, that Spanish defender is a very interesting player. He is strong, he has a good aerial presence, and does perfectly timed tackles. He also possesses great ball-playing abilities and can score going forward on the pitch. And it's a player that Manchester United have been scouting. What I can say, the recent upturn in his performances at Barcelona might make it difficult now for United to go in for this player, but is a player that we have been looking out to sort out defensive midfield issues, to play possibly along Ugarte, and as we know, he can do the box-to-box role. So it's an interesting thing to discuss, to look at, a possibility. Guys, don't stress too much. But the next thing for me, one of the guys who is on the billboard, of course, this guy is my favorite choice for striker if we are to get one in January, Omar Marmoush. He is actually, he's from the same country as Salah. He's Egyptian. He plies his trade in Germany. He plays for Eintracht Frankfurt, and I've had the opportunity to see him live. My best friend is a huge Eintracht Frankfurt fan. He always, talks about this guy. He's a brilliant, prolific goal scorer. I would say that for myself, guys. It's one of those players that I think, he has been doing very well. He is on the Manchester United list, and this is why. I think this is the 3rd time he has been nominated as Player of the Month since the season began. And the new name on everyone transfer list right now is this young striker, 25 years old, bursting pace, very good balling ability, involves his teammates. He's one of those strikers that you don't necessarily need to create for. He can also create for himself, and he links up very well. He doesn't need, and he's more of the finished article. He has worked hard in the last few seasons to get himself to where he's at. He's 25 years old, guys, which means he's just hitting his prime. And it's interesting to see that he is not an expensive option. Possibly 30 to 35 million euros. That's not that much cash, guys. That's, let's say 30 million, 35 million pounds for a striker of this quality right now where he's at. It improves us greatly, guys. This improves us greatly. We get bang for our buck as well. Manchester United have reportedly added this forward to the top of their transfer list this January. They are looking to strengthen their attack with the growing doubts over Joshua Zirkzee after a really poor start to life at Old Trafford. Though it seems Ruben Amorim wants to keep both Marcus Rashford and Rasmus Højlund. What? Anyway, Man United looking at Marmoush after his superb performance for Bundesliga this season, while Skal Jibali also named some other clutch players such as Victor Boniface as being on the club's list. Marmoush has previously been linked with Liverpool, as Florian Plettenberg's post on X below. Eintracht Frankfurt are currently demanding a transfer fee between the region of 40 to 45, 50 million euros. 45 million euros on TransferMARKT. It says he's rated at 25, 30 million. Rah. Omar Marmoush, Liverpool is indeed a serious option. The interest is real, and there's already been contact between the players' camp and LFC. SGE are aware of it, and that's Eintracht Frankfurt. Marmoush dreams of playing in the Premier League. And guys, what I can say is this guy has been in sensational form in the last few games. He's netted and assisted in almost every game playing since he has been. It's very interesting to see how it goes, guys. I really like this player. I've been watching his games, you know, especially because I watch it with my friend because he comes to watch Man United games with me as well. So it's one of those things where I ended up signing up for something that's pretty good for me because it's like I've been scouting him all along. Qatar told you they would sign Mbappe for MUFC when everyone with a brain knew he was always going to Madrid. True, but let's not forget about Mbappe. If Qatar came, they would build a brand new stadium already. They would not have raised ticket prices, bro. I can guarantee that one. That the one thing that every fan needs, you know, the ticket prices to remain cheap, bro. That would have never changed. And that's the only reason I would have kept Qatar instead. Our squad was filled with either old players, former great players on the decline, players not good enough, or young players who very much lack coaching and development. That's not a bad statement. So, guys, what are your thoughts on Marmoush? Let me know in the comments. I won't say he's the new Salah. Salah is a winger. This guy is a striker. You know what I mean? Different roles, different positions, but I think he's very interesting. How come we have such an expensive squad, yet only one true striker? Bro, it's all about what happened with the previous regime, bro. And, you know, this is not about Ten Hag, because for almost a decade, we've never bought a left winger. Deep that, guys. Since Marcus Rashford has been starting for Man United, we've never bought a left winger. Well, that's what we're hoping for. And from what I can see, he is very effective. I don't know how it will translate exactly into the Premier League, but I would say that we can at least expect to get an assist or maybe a goal from him every other game when he arrives, because he will create for the team, he will create for himself, and he's got a great shot on him. You know what I'm saying? Bro, and it's not about, I mean, the club hierarchy are the ones really responsible for this decline, you know, guys. Because the executives for the last decade, they've made terrible decisions in their signings, in the competition that they kept in the squad for positioning, and they did a whole lot of mad things. You know, the best thing that they may have done in the last decade was sign Erik ten Hag, because this is where everything started changing and all the flaws started being exposed. The academy was rejuvenated, and now we're moving forward. Little by little, it might seem, guys, but we're still moving forward. And that's the interesting thing, because, you know, we can sit here and criticize a lot of things and all the happenings because we're watching it happen and unfold. And of course, we're seeing the effects of decisions made, and we could say we would have made a better decision as the fans. And that might be very true, guys. At the same time, what I would say is that it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because now Ineos is here and they have started their campaign. They've made some mistakes, but they've also made some good decisions as well, I would have to say. You know, the structure that they got in, for the most part, I would say they are very good. I especially appreciate the fact that they got Omar Marmoush. I think he's a guy who knows what he's doing. He knows what Man United means. He knows where Man United needs to be, and he will work his hardest to get us back there. It will take some time. I think we need to have some patience. Of course, we're going to spend some money in January, but we definitely will be spending big this summer. I think depending on what happens, guys, there's a lot of sponsorship deals and stuff, and based on every fiscal year, based on profit and loss, you know, the FFP room gets a little bit wider. You know what I mean? So based on how they projected their signings in the summer, I'm pretty sure they scheduled it so that, you know, the FFP would really be open in the summer. So I don't see us spending more than 100 million in January. And that's mostly if we get 2 sales or 2 or 3 players sold. So we open up the salary cap and we get some money in, you know, to kind of balance off the books. But definitely, I think it's going to be interesting. Jelani Marmoush in the building. You know what I mean? Get that guy. What's my preference for left wing back? Davy, Theo, Mendes, DeMarco, Fernandez, Kirkes, Robinson, Aït-Nouri. Well, first of all, I would cross out Davies because my language don't speak his language. I would say Robinson, Theo, Mendes, and Fernandez. I do like Kirkes a lot. I really don't see Aït-Nouri being a good fit for Man United. I think his style is a bit radical or erratic sometimes. I think he's a very good player. I just don't like the player, to be fair. So I could be wrong on that. But Kirkes, I think he fits the bill in all shapes and size. I just think the price is deterrent. 60 million for a left back is going to be hard, guys. You know, in these hard times, considering price, I think the most we would spend is 30 to 40 million pounds. And that means we could get Mendes and Fernandez for that price. I would rather that than just getting Aït-Nouri or getting Davies or just getting Kirkes. You know, if I could get Theo Walcott and Robinson for 40, 50 million, I would take that over buying Kirkes as well. Robinson is pretty good. I think he's experienced. He's shown good quality. He has that engine on him as well. And he has good ability to cross the ball and get by the players. Marmoush, Olmo, Naipan, new left wing back could be a decent window. Oh, bro, this is the window that I'm hoping for, to be fair. Marmoush, Olmo on a free, Naipan, and maybe Mendes. And to be fair, guys, I really would not put past Man United that we will bring in Alvaro Fernandez in the first 2 weeks of this window. Because 16 million euros is really, we're giving Benfica $8 million back that they gave us last summer and adding 8.5 on top of that. It's a deal that we can definitely do. I could see it happening because, you know, if we just get one left back option and he gets injured, we're back to square one, guys. And this is the thing. This is the thing I've been thinking about with the left back situation. This is why I think we went for Nuno Mendes, because I think if we go for Nuno Mendes and we set a stance on him, it opens the door for other signings that we want to get, because there's also the option of going for Gutierrez at Girona, who's 30 million euros. That's what Girona is expecting, 30, 35. That's 24 million pounds, guys. You get that. You put 16 on Alvaro, you spend 40, you have 2 left backs, one for now, one for the future. You got rotation. You know what I mean? Spot on, Mark. You're speeding the truth. For so many years, we bought the wrong players, leaving gaping holes in our team, whether it's not buying a left back or not buying a proper midfielder or a striker, 100%. Big up to Luman. Big up to Jelani Beal in the building. Yeah, Miguel Gutierrez, he's an interesting player. Well, I don't think this is happening. Of course, bro, like, I will be honest, I don't think Anthony is a problem. I think in the wing-back system, he will thrive, left or right. We've seen the impact in the last games he's played, especially when Ahmad is at the 10. It frees Ahmad up. They have a very good link-up, and they usually get something happening for United. They haven't really came on the pitch in the last 2 games at the same time. If you look at the last couple games, they've been coming off and on for each other in the last 2 games, which is different to the three previous games that they played together that we won all of them. So it's one of those things, guys. Get you Kirkers and Robinson. They have been both in the Prem. Well, what's being in the Prem has to do with anything. Did you know that Haaland never scored 40 goals in a domestic league before coming to the Premier League? Tell me, bro. What is Prem proven? This guy came here and scored more goals in the domestic league than he scored in any league before. It's interesting. Gutierrez, yeah, I read that already. Bro, I don't know why I keep saying Theo Walcott elite, bro. It's bugging me. He was a baller, though. He was a baller. I grew up watching those guys, you know what I mean? Ait Nouri is poor defensively. Have people watch Wolves? Story. Who's the retirees? I didn't say Theo Walcott. I meant Theo Hernandez, bro. Not Theo Walcott, bro. But yeah, young players. Theo Hernandez. Let me Theo Walcott. Big up, elite in the building. Yeah, Prem proven is good, bro, but that don't mean they're the best, bro. A lot of the best players in the Premier League came to the Premier League. You know what I mean? They're not from here. They're not Prem proven. A lot of them, like look at Tonali. He just came here. He's not Prem. He came here and he was doing his thing. Look at Kirkers. He came here and was doing his thing. Prem proven is good in some instances, but yeah, it's not a big deal, bro. It's not a big deal. I mean, realistically, he's not the best left back. He's not a left back at all. So yeah, I could understand that. I'd start Anthony at right wing back and Amas at left wing back tomorrow. I would probably do the same thing. No, Marmoush will be playing at striker, bro. He will be playing at striker, bro. Bucks, why you keep saying Theo Walcott? It's because of that last stream when I would keep mentioning him. I meant Theo Hernandez, bro. Anyway, but it's honest, bro. Like, it's time to take risk. Sell Rashi, Ghana, Darlow, obviously Casemiro, Ericsson, Lindelof, and Malacia. Just take risk and replace those. I don't disagree with taking the risk, bro. It's the losses, bro. Can we sustain certain losses right now? It's all about the prices and who comes in. Because we know there's interest in Rashford. We know there's interest in Ericsson. There's interest in Lindelof. I don't know about Malacia. Of course, we only paid £12 million for Malacia, so that's no money at all. I think that's easy to do. If you want to get rid of him, it's going to be an easy deal. I think Dalot, based on the interest, I think the club would like to get somewhere in the region of 25 to 30, maybe £40 million for Dalot. I don't think that's I don't think we should go anything lower than that because Dalot is not a bad player and he's been playing too much football. He's a right back, right wing back at best. And I think, it's one of those things where he deserves more of the bench than being sold right now in the January. Maybe we could sell him in the summer. But realistically, I think guys like Ericsson, Lindelof, possibly Marcus Rashford, even maybe a Luke Shaw could be heading out the door in January. And if that happens, it opens up the team to do lots of creative things, my bro. Prem proven means nothing. So if someone plays for Wolves, Brighton, or Ipswich, and is not the best at what they improve at United, need to get the best and the ones that are the right fit for Hammer. 100%. We must stop buying names, do some good scouting. There are plenty of good players out there. 100%, bro. 100%. There are players all over the world. You know what I mean? And there are some players that have the same talent, but they don't have the same presence and sense that the league that they're playing in doesn't cover it. It's not that widespread, so no one sees them really. But they have similar talents, abilities, pace, power, precision on the ball, all these sorts of qualities. They're just not in the league. They're not in a place where they could be discovered. So some of these things, we definitely have to widen that, broaden our ranges and horizons and look around a little bit better. And, since getting Christopher Vavell, what I would say is our scouts have been, in South America, they have been in Asia, they have been in Africa, and they are setting up networks there, and they are, revitalizing the networks that they had previously, because I've been hearing lots of talks about scouting in the Caribbean as well. So I won't say that, we're not trying to do that. I definitely think we're improving on that. We're starting to listen to the scouts, and yeah, maybe it took 10 years for us to do what we should have always been doing, because we were the #1 club for scouting worldwide for like almost 20 years. You know what I mean? When most of the players that come to the Premier League, I don't know if people know that they usually get offered to Man United first. Like if you look at all the players like Caicedo and all of these guys, Luis Diaz, all of these guys, even Martinelli, they had to come to Man United first. And then they got shopped elsewhere when Man United said no. Look back at what Ralph Ragnick said, my guys. You know what I mean? Rashford to be sold, wants to leave. The best action is to get down early in January, avoid the long run in saga. 100%. I don't know where. I know I read a report just now that said that, you know, Amorim might want to keep Rashford. Well, based on what I have seen, I don't know what you guys think, but he has been out of the squad for more than 3 games now. Not even on the bench. You know what I mean? So when I think about it, yeah. It's interesting, guys. It's interesting. It's interesting. Did Ronaldo really say he's open to joining Manchester City in January? Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy if that's true. That's crazy. Anyway, so guys, here's a question for you guys, right? If Danny Olmo is a possibility, what would you guys offer him for wages per week? Because I'm hearing some, you know, some things. What are you guys' thoughts in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking. We was offered Alpha. Yeah. He was crap then. He's still crap now. We dodged a bullet, bro. You know what I'm saying? Have they ever worked at Man United, bro? I remember Tom Howard being not that good again. You know what I mean? They don't work. Chris Eagles didn't work. They don't work, bro. Not for Man United, at least. You know what I mean? Maybe for other clubs like Spurs and stuff, you know. But they don't work at Man United, bro. I've read it today, probably from the Daily Mirror, LOL. Bucks, that's what I mean. Take them early. Good scouts know who they are. 100%, bro. 100%. Because what I can tell you is that, bro, why you keep doing this to me, bro? Big up to you, homie. 149K a week at the moment. I'd offer him 160K in pounds. Is pounds box, or you offering him 160K in euros? Let me know. Confirm. Because he's currently earning in euros right now, I believe. You know what I mean? You keep doing it. You know, so let me know what you think, guys, because interestingly enough, I think we would need to offer Danny Olmo at least 200K a week, guys. It's an uncomfortable conversation. Maybe in euros, so it works out to 180K in pounds. That's 149K. We gotta offer him 200K in pounds, bro. We are going to have to offer him 200K in pounds and a signing bonus. I'm telling you now, if we want to get this guy, 200K. We have to. Otherwise, someone else is going to offer him, like PSG or something. I think 200K a week. It's not okay. Here why I'm saying this, right? You could still put him on performance base, you know, percentages and decreases and stuff like that, because you know the club. Every player has to take a 25% cut in wages. I think it's 24.7% cut in wages when we are not playing in the Champions League. And if we were out of Europe completely, it would have been 47% cut in their wages, right? I think it's something like that Manchester United have the players on. This is why we always stay in Europe to some extent. But from that perspective, I would still pay almost 200K a week, guys. Because if we could get Eriksen is on 100 and what? I think Eriksen is on 120 or 160K a week. He's making 7.8 million a year, bro. So if we sell Eriksen, I think it's very interesting that we could make that deal happen, especially if Rashford goes, because then that's 400 million plus another 100. That's 500 million. You bring in Danny Olmo at 200 million. You don't pay a transfer fee. You're winning. You're still winning. And Danny Olmo, We have seen this guy box. You was there for the Euros, my bro. This guy gives 180% week in, week out with the minutes. He is a beast on the ball, bro. This guy gives it. You know what I mean? Ericsson, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He makes 7-point-something million a year on 150K a week. Danny Olmo, bro, I'd give him 200K. I would give him 200K. Because guess what, guys? We'll be cutting the wage bill out in other areas. So therefore, 200K for Danny Olmo does not sound that bad. If Luke Shaw goes, that's 200 mil off the books as well. You know what I mean, guys? And the new wing backs coming in, they're not gonna be earning that. If Alvaro Fernandez comes back, he's not gonna earn more than 70K a week. You know what I'm saying? If Mendes comes, max 140, maximum, because it's pounds. Pounds is top dollar, guys. So it's gonna be one of those things where I feel like even if they restrict the wages, 200K is not off the table, bro. 200K is not off the table, bro. I can tell you now, 200K is not off the table for this guy. For what he offers, yeah, I definitely think it's worth it. Aside from Edison, Victor Hugo needs to be looked at. Before top clubs come swarming in, we can't keep out missing in on the hidden gems. Victor Hugo, which guy is that? Wonderful. Does he play at Flamengo? 20 years old. He plays at Flamengo. 6'1". What position does he play? What position? Let's see. Victor Hugo. Let's see who Victor Hugo is. I'll bring it up to the screen. Since you brought it up, bro, I'll bring it up. Boom. Let's see who Victor Hugo is before we go. 12 spiels. He plays central midfield, defensive midfield, attacking midfield. 20 years old. Oh, he plays in Turkey now. Okay. Let's check him out. Victor Hugo, everyone. Central midfield. Let's check it out. I guess we'll have to check this guy out, my bro, and do it and see what he has to offer, bro. Big up to you, Jay, for the suggestion. I like Mount and see him as a benefit to the Amram system, but bro, get rid. I'm not even. Give me a percentage of how likely we'll get Olmo, bro. 50-50 right now, and this is because you never know what can happen in 48 hours. In 48 hours, Barcelona, I don't know what they might do. They might pull a 10th lever, but if they don't, and the reality is that they cannot re-register him as the courts, and if the court upholds that ruling, immediately it goes up to 78%, bro, for me. 78% immediately. If Barcelona can't re-register him confirmed after the court date on the 30th, which is the retrial, then it goes up to 78% because his agent is in Manchester. Of course, he could be talking to City. He could be talking to someone else. He could have been on vacation. But knowing Omar Barada, this guy's on a free. These are the kind of deals that a shark would eat up for breakfast. And this is why I say it's going to be very possible that we might be jumping in on this deal if we have not already sent him a package. I won't doubt that it's already had discussions because, yeah, I don't see that not being an amazing situation. And I don't think paying him 200K a week is overpaying him. I think he's worth it, to be fair. And you know, he's on a free. You're going to have to fend off competition from a lot of teams, including possibly Manchester City. And as the fact that Manchester United are not doing that well, we are in a rebuild, we are going to have to come up some. You know what I mean? Of course, players have to want to be here, But yeah, come on, we have to also make it realistic for the guys. Like if he's getting offered maybe 250 at City, and we're trying to offer him 150 and say we're Man United, I don't think that makes sense. If you know what I mean, I really don't think that it works like that. Big up to you, United. We stand. We need to sell at least. I think 4 is. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe 3 guys might leave for sure, bro. Like, and that's because I think Rashford is gone. I think Luke Shaw might be going, but that's the 4th one, if anything. Luke Shaw will possibly be number 4, but for now, I definitely think Lindelof and Eriksen are gone. Rashford, those are the 3 for me that might be leaving. You might even see Harry Amas leave on loan, guys. He might even lean with a loan with the obligation to buy at Aston Villa. I don't even want to talk about that right now. I love that Ineos are scouting South American markets, bro. There are lots of Caribbean boys in the academy come 2025. This is all I'm going to tell you guys, for now. I'm surprised Wolves got João Gomes and Andre. Bro, big up to Drex. Big up to Drex in the building. Compliments of the season to everyone. Drex has been working through the season, guys. Big up to Drex. Grinding 24/7. Basegi says, I see improvement on Anthony Diallo, Zirkzee, Højlund, and Maguire, but Dallo, Rashi, and Ghana are now exposed. Danny Olmo at 200K. Cool. Gutierrez, Mendes also needed. Cheeto and other academy ads. I mean, bro, like Cheeto, he's developing well. He's having some good performances. Of course, there's some games that he's not at his best, but he's a young player that's developing bags of talent, very young. Even said with Sekou Kone as he makes his return back to the U team in January after being out injured for several weeks. It's going to be very interesting to see what Kone does as well. Of course, the young signing Diego Leone from South America, the Paraguayan, he possibly might be added to the youth sheets this next term for the final part of the season. Let's see how that goes. There's lots of young talent. Shea Lacey is one of those brimming talents. I would like to see Shea Lacey get a loan because I think he's a player for the future. I think he's someone that could definitely come in that left 10. That left 10 is perfect for Shea Lacey. If anyone hasn't seen Shea Lacey, check his comps out. It's everything is true. He is that good in every way. There's another youngster that has been catching Amarim's eye, and that's young Amir Ibrahimov. And young Ibrahimov has been sensational since the start of the season, playing in the number 10 role in that double 10, in that left 10. He also wears the number 7 for the academy. So you already know the kind of player that this youngster is wearing that number in the academy. So it's an interesting thing, guys. Big up to everyone. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to Drex as well. Vacation in Manchester? Never. Bro, when they said that, I was like, bro, I've been to Manchester in the summer. It's nice, but vacation. I mean, go to Portugal, Spain, something like that. Do you have anything on Cheeto? Yeah, we already signed him, bro. He's playing in the academy, bro. I'm talking about his performances in the under 18s this season, bro. Actually, you know what I mean? He scored. I think he scored I think like 15 or 16 goals between under 18s and under 21s in the games that he has played so far. I think in the under 18s he's on a scoring tier. I think he scored like 9 or 11 of those 15 in the under 18s. So he's doing well. He's doing very well, guys. He's doing very, very well. Mark, look at CB. Abdulkadir Kusanev. Who's this guy, bro? Where are you guys getting these guys from? Where do you find these guys? Abdulkadir. Bro, who is this dude? Where is he from? Let's see. Okay. Plays at RC Lens. He's from Uzbekistan. Tashkent. 13 games so far, 2 yellow cards, 1 red card. He's a defender. He can play left. He can play right center back. He can play defensive midfield or central center back as well. It looks like from his profile here so far. He is 6'2". Oh, he doesn't look that tall though. 6'1.5", something like that. Wow, interesting player. Interesting. He's played for Uzbekistan throughout his entire career as a young footballer, from the under-17s to the under-19s, under-20s to under-23s. He now plays for the national team at 18 years old. Yeah, it's not bad. He has 1 assist in the Coupe de France this season in 13 games. Not a bad player. Let's see how he develops, guys. You know, Abdulkadir Kusanov. Interesting player. Interesting. MU should buy a so wow. Rah. Jack, man. Come on, yo. I'm not gonna grow, bro. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Ricardo, I'll do a scouting report on him tomorrow, bro. Like, I'll check out these 2 players that you guys told me about, you know, Kusanov and Victor Hugo. We'll be checking them out. I will do a scouting report so you guys could be looking out for that. But until then, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been my pleasure to bring this stream to you guys. You know, let me just give you a quick recap of what we've been talking about, because it's very interesting that Man United have, you know, made the decisions they have made, the possible signings that they're looking at. And guys, what can I say? I'm excited because, you know what? It's going to be interesting to see how we get the deals done. There are lots of interesting players that are going to be coming through. We are going to be linked to quite a few players as the transfer window keeps on. Of course, I'm looking forward to players like this making their way out the door. Luke Shaw, you know, maybe this deal might be better for both us and Joshua Zirkzee. I don't know. I'm not the kind of guy to say, you know, I think he's only been here for 3 months. I would like to see him, you know, do better. You know what I mean? I would also like to see United get this guy. I would like this guy to be the first signing announced on January 1st, midday. Manchester United signs Danny Olmo. Danny Olmo is flying to Manchester. That's what I want to hear on January 1st. Not the 2nd, not the 3rd, on January 1st. Because, guys, we need to bolster. I would also like United to, you know, possibly look at this guy. Maybe not now, but maybe for the summer. It might be interesting. It might bode well if we could probably do something there. You know what I mean? And this guy. Guys, this is the striker. Trust your boy Markin. This is the guy we want. We should get this guy. We want someone who's going to be hungry. He's quick, hardworking, very good on the ball, and not just going to contribute for himself, but to the team winning. Winning first, self second. This is the striker you want. And he's a bit of an a-hole. You know what I mean? He's not a nice guy. You know what I mean? So, guys, trust me. And if all else fails, I'm going to show you this guy. And this guy, young Jonathan Burkhardt, is the youngster that Frankfurt is eyeing to replace this guy. He is at 50 million euros. Trust me. If you want to check him out, check him out. But he's like Max Bayer, but I think he's very interesting. I've seen him play live. He is very good. It may be just one game, but in that one game, I see a lot of potential. That's all I have to say. Big up to each and every one of you coming in. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, everyone. Your boy Marken will be back later on, of course, with the transfer show. We're going to have a match preview. Of course, you know, we're playing on Monday. We will do the match preview tomorrow. So look out for that tomorrow. But of course, we will have a call-in show later on this evening, maybe around 6:30, 7:30 UK. If you guys have the time, come in, have your say. Big up to my boy Hayden Pro in the building. And big up to Alvarez Brewster. We bought Hugo from Liverpool a few years ago. He has a bright future. Hugo has not been covering himself in glory, my bro. And I think we did sell him. I'm not too sure if I'm right, but I think he's either on loan with an option to buy at the club that he's currently at. or we sold him. I'm not too sure. I can't confirm that, but I definitely know he's on loan right now. So let's see how he develops. You know, I think Joe Hugel has bags of talent, just like Charlie McNeil, but they've not shown it. You know, they've not been able to translate it into the first team with the chances that they've got. They did get quite a few chances, you know, but let's see how it goes. Sometimes players develop slower than others, and it takes more time for players to get to their finished articles. So I'm here for it, guys. You know what I mean? Patience is key. Big up. Olmo and Mendes sound good. I do like Theo Hernandez. Of course, bro. Why men keep telling me about Theo Walcott? Oh, this is true to me. Yo, yesterday I was talking about this guy in a transfer stream, and every time I mentioned Theo Hernandez, I said Theo Walcott. I don't know why. But when I was young, guys, I think Theo Walcott and myself were around the same age. I used to watch him play, and he was very interesting. He was a very talented young player as well. He kept it going through for a long time as well. You know, so yeah, big up. Big up to you, Alvarez. Right now, the time in China is 9 p.m. Got a chance for the China market. I know the Chinese will love you. By the way, I'm Chinese. Big up, man. Big up to you, my bro. Hope you have a great afternoon yourself. Maybe I will check it out sometime. You know what I mean? Of course, I definitely need to visit Asia soon, so we'll see how it goes, my bro. Big up to everyone joining. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. We'll be back later on with the call-in show. Come in, have a time, and let's go. Man United. Glory, glory, Man United, guys. And we move.
Baby.